got a yellow already in Sector 3. I don't know how that happens, but we got 5 lights, light sight, and off. Well, no, we're not going at all.
As lights out and away we go!
Extreme! And look at that, and they get off the line, and Silver does get a good line. Onion Barge gets completely mugged by Gary, and Silver's also on the inside, but it's giving a chance for Verk up the inside as well. And Vinny, Onion Barge is dropping way back here.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be potentially...
Gary makes a huge mistake under pressure there, which means he will lose his first position. Oh, that must... Oh. But basically the first detection zone is for both guys. And Vinny goes around and Luigi hits him there. Dinks his wing on it.
Yeah, that was a collision with Verk.
What?
Max splits.
Max splits, gets past the Toro Rosso. And the other wee boy here. For now. But his tires going funky for me, switching to hards and then to mediums again, constantly.
Yeah. Or as I like to say, on the gearbox, off keyboard. Keyboard will not make this easy. Oh, Luigi! Oh!
What just happened?
That was a close one. I think he nearly... Now, I'll tell you what. If Luigi had ABS off, that was going to be a mega lockup and a mega crash. And Luigi's got so much pace in that. Of course, he is on the soft, so yeah. Ooh, Verk ran off track there. Yeah, he backed out of that one because if he had stayed side by side there, it would have been off track and gaining an advantage, and he would have had to give it back. Not necessarily in the game, but just for play, he would have had to give that one back. So.
And Onion, of course, hovering around 18.9 for the last 5 laps anyway.
Oh!
Silver's been jumping all over the place.
Bin man got spun around by Verk. You know, people sometimes don't understand the guy and his humour. I love Speedy. I just want to point that out there. No homo. I do love the guy. I think he's a legend. But anyway, we have a battle on track, ladies and gentlemen. Who is it? It's Keyboard Magazine, Mr. Splits, and Mr. Verk.
I know, it's incredible, and he crosses the line, winning the race. Very deservedly so. I don't know how he did that with the tires, but it definitely deserves to be mentioned.
And the Silver crosses the line in P2. Does he keep it though? Does he have any penalties? That is the question.
He does have one penalty at least.
And then Gary disconnected for a brief moment there. Gary does keep P2. Luigi gets on track P4, although I know he has penalties. So is this a P4?
Alright, here is a lap of Kota in the Haas, then around the last corner onto this main straight. It goes very sharply uphill at about this point right here, and then you got to spot your braking for the first corner. You've got to brake just at about 100 meters out, get it nice and wide on the exit, then through turn 2, which is a long sweeping right-hander, and then this spectacular S's section. You got to clip that apex. Don't hit the sausage curbs here, but you've got to get the line right. You can't be greedy with the throttle either. All the way to the right there for that left-hander, and then all the way to the left for this right-hander, and then clip this apex, but don't cut it on the inside, otherwise you will invalidate. Then the run down towards the hairpin before the back straight. You want to brake again just before the 50-meter mark, I think, for that one. Then you run it out wide, and then the very long back DRS straight. And this one takes a while to get through, and you got a very tight hairpin at the end of it. Again, brake about 100 meters, and then into the hairpin, clip the curb on the inside, run out to the outside. Don't get too wide though, because there's not much grip there. And then again, clip the apex on the inside of the right-hander, then bring it as smoothly as you can around here. Nice wide sweep into this left-hander, down all the way to first gear for that one, and then bring it out to the left again, because you want to take the best possible line, the line of least resistance, through the quadruple apex right-hander, then into the penultimate corner again. That's a very, very easy one to cut, very easy one to extend on the outside as well, then through the last corner, back onto the start-finish straight, and that is a lap of Kota in the Haas.
So we are live live, and I will start off by apologizing for the quality of that highlight reel, or sorry, the hot lap. There's a bit of an issue with the format, so hopefully we get that rectified for next week. Anyway, we are in America, round 19. Forgive me, I hit the microphone. Round 19 in US of A. It's TipsyBob here as always, and joining me is the Mr. Bants.
Hello there. As always.
As always, yes, Mr. Bants, who never forgets.
Well, I wouldn't.
Me and
You're
Bants
trying
were
to
just,
accuse me of something.
no, but the me and Bants were just talking off air. Can we say that off air? Are we that professional? How hungry we both are.
Hungry for some good racing, am I right?
Oh yes. Julian Perrault says hello, Tipsy. Hello, Julian. Julien. I don't know if it's French or not.
Oh, Julia Perrault.
Julien. I don't know if we've got any moderators in yet on the chat. Normally you'll see Elementrix or Kitsune, but Kitsune is not on moderator tonight. She is out doing her duty, working for me. Not working for me, but just I have to.
All right then, I'll see how that. Yeah. All right, we'll leave it there.
I've held the fort for the past year, so.
Okay.
Anyway. So our highlights reel.
What a great way to start.
Yeah, our highlights reel. People have been watching the streams; they know the crack. Don't worry. The highlights reel kind of ran in a little bit into the qualifying. No harm done, because we're not getting into the meat of qualifying just yet. Elementrix is in chat. Elementrix, I was just saying, you're going to have to hold the fort, madame, for
the past year.
To the live chat, because Kitsune is not here. She's off working, and she'll not be back till midnight tonight. Although she might call in for lunch. So, anyway, yes.
Rise and grind.
Also, we have a big announcement. We have been robbed the last few streams, Bants, by Thimo. Deciding that he thinks deciding that a social life is more important than racing.
Well, that's what he says. I think he's just really under threat from who Wimpy 3 trademark really is. It seems he's manned up for this one.
Yeah, but he hasn't run away from his responsibilities this time out. As we can gonna get the part 2 of the Thimo Wimpy trademark battle.
Can't fight on it.
Anyone who's not familiar, it's Wimpy's absolutely wiping the floor off Thimo in Formula 1. These guys are closely matched, but recent events would, I would say, question that. And we've got a full grid. It's been a while since almost a full grid, yeah. It's one thing I wasn't sure about, which I should know, but I just like to blame it on my old age. Did we crown Onion last week the 2 SRL? Or sorry, what?
Probably not 2 SRL.
My bad. The SLR. I keep getting that wrong. We crowned him the champ.
That's okay. Yeah, you've only been in this league for a year and a half. It's okay. It happens.
Yeah, but I've been in the 2RS for what since the
2RS as well now. Is it 2RS?
For flip's sake, man, give me a break, man.
Yes, yeah, we have crowned him last week, I think, but we had that penalty thing, so.
Yes.
But yeah, we ended up clarifying it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so he is the current champ. So the title is. Hang on a minute. Fancy, you see what I'm seeing on screen? What is Thimo playing at? He's in. Not only is he in my car, but he's got a bit of green in his helmet. I think I kind of had to sort this out with Adam Adrenov, who's currently in P3. He keeps on trying to take the green helmet, and as I posted in the 2SRL chat, anyone who is on the Discord, check it out. I posted the very first race, season 1, race 1 in 2S as it was, my green helmet in my orange car. So Thimo, unless that's an honourable tribute to me, I want to see that green helmet removed next race.
I think he just really, really wants to be you.
Well, I can't blame him,
Yeah, I mean, I think he really wants to target your P11s in qualifying.
Hang on a minute now. I've been doing pretty well now recently. Last to 8th in tier 1 as a reserve, and that's not an easy tier, let me tell you. And then I did pretty good in the 2S race as well. I'm getting Bance, I'm getting there. It's all a mindset. It's all about if you know you can't win, stop trying to win. That's what I'm
like
doing.
in Monza.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I know I can't win. I know I can get close. Maybe
That's why you
get
pitted.
I pitted because I thought it would have been the right thing to do, but obviously, evidently, it wasn't. I thought, Bance is in P2. He's not going to rob me of my very first win. How wrong was I? What's this? Jensen says that Thimo said that my time is up, old man. Hang on a minute. I have completely schooled. I need to get off somebody else. I'm running around on Thimo all the time. We're going to go on board with Monsieur Luigi, who is pretty well fixed for this race win, although we do have the current champ, Onion Barge, on track. So, an outlap. Who's doing an outlap?
I just want to mention, by the way, Thimo just tried to roast you then, but at the same time, he started his lap by going gloriously wide. So, I don't know. He missed his braking point by like 15 meters or something.
Max Splits.
20 meters.
Sorry, Max Splits. He's got a green helmet as well. What's going on here? No one had the green helmet. I've had the green helmet. Now everyone's got it.
You should stop looking at people's helmets.
I am often found racing. I'll just leave that there, actually.
Yeah, please.
Max. Max.
That's something Triton would say, I think.
Yes. Max Splits is on his outlap. Let's see if he's going to improve in the Ferrari. Going through the wonderful S's. As we've seen in the hot lap, hopefully we've seen the quality wasn't great. You want to avoid those sausage curbs. He's up by 2/10 in sector 1, so he's going to improve if he can hold this together. I don't think there's going to be any of that track limits, extending the track limits in this one as we've seen in the real race, because I think it's pretty strict here in the game, isn't it, Bance? It's pretty unforgiving, these track limits.
Yeah. Well, I'm not entirely sure if Daddy run this track, but I assume so. By the way, you said his name wrong. I just see Pretorius just called that out in chat twice, but I actually forced him to rehearse it before the stream started, and you failed me, Tipsy.
What was? Did you see that? What is Inferno Koi doing? He looked like he was trying to race Max Blitz.
Yeah, you could say it was being an inferno to overtake.
What was going on there? But anyway, I'm just gonna finish this lap with Mr. Max, and he still should be good for a pretty decent time here. No, he doesn't improve, so he lost a bit of time there. I wonder, did he lose the time out there with Max? On board with Thimo on his out lap.
So Mr. Thimo edging out a Mozzie Gaming right now with the time of nothing.
I think there's a lot of support in the chat for Thimo, as he is exploring the limits of America.
Yeah. Seems to have a very wide range of lines.
Yes. I mean, whenever people tell him to use all of the track, I don't think he would take it that literally. But anyway, while we're waiting for him to come around his out lap to do his hot lap, who do you reckon Bance is going to get this race win?
I think it will be Max. Max, what's his last name again? Max.
Why, don't you know?
No, what's his last name, Tipsy?
Oh, can you not pronounce it?
I think the problem is, can you pronounce it?
What do you mean? I can't pronounce it. I can pronounce Max.
Go on then.
Max. Look, it looks Max Splits to me, okay? Max Splits. Look, let's just not keep saying his name because it's an unfair promotion for everyone else. Anyway, Thimo on his lap. I don't know if he's invalidated it yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. I really want to do an onboard with him, but look at this. That's disgusting. that helmet. You swear
Yeah.
that's me. And then although at
It's
the same
almost
time.
that apex.
And
Yep.
a big locker. Oh, where's he
Yeah,
going?
gone wide again.
Where are you
So,
going, Thimo? That's not the track. And then he takes a bit of gravel or grass for good measure and hits the DRS
And he
sign.
takes out the sign. If that's not a penalty, then I don't know what is.
Goodness. Maybe he's just trolling.
No, I think it's just bad. By the way, I'm getting made fun of for laughing.
A very feminine
Oh,
laugh.
what's
Baz.
that laugh? Well, I'm very much in touch with my feminine side. Is that a problem?
No, I don't think that's a problem whatsoever.
SMH. I mean, Tipsy can talk about penises on stream, but I can't talk or laugh like a woman. Double standards.
I was actually going to say a fantastic comment there, but you know what? I wonder, can I say that to you, Bance? I'm going to mute my microphone and say it to you, right? Hopefully.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave your mic live. Right, so hopefully this works. And if this actually does go across the airwaves, I'm getting banned. So. We are. Hopefully that was muted.
I hope it wasn't.
I hope it was. Involving the community like professionals we are. Anyway, Luigi is on his hot lap. Out lap, sorry. Kitty asked me, she says, what's an out lap mean? And so I had to tell her. She says, what's a hot lap? So I had to explain to her the whole basis of in laps, out laps, and hot laps. The wee kitty's getting into the lingo of the Formula One.
Alright. We should pick up a Mercedes driver role soon again then.
Well, Thomas is saying, WTF, Tipsy. I'm hoping that's a WTF, why did we not get to hear that? Because if that's a WTF, we heard it, then I think I might as well just click the big quit button now.
Yeah, if you said that on stream, then it would be announced that I'm the new main caster. Tipsy has disappeared in an accident.
Anyway, Luigi on his hot lap. 2 minutes to go here, Ban, so we got to get stuck into the Formula 1. 2 minutes to go. Oh, we're going to getting really sideways out of that first turn one in the background. But anyway, Luigi is on his hot lap. This is the one he will want to try and secure pole. The looked like the Williams getting well out of the way. So he is up on his time by just a fraction. Fraction up on his time. Very easy to invalidate the time on that first sector.
Yes, and it's very hard to just hook everything up perfectly as well.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually done any running this season in this race, but previous experience, yeah, it's those S's can be a bit. You have to like bleed the speed off as each corner comes.
It's risk reward as well with how far you want to push it.
So is he up coming around the finishing sector 2? He is up by a tenth. This is the corner here. I think it's almost impossible to defend against this one here. It's almost impossible to defend it. If someone's on your inside, I mean, there's very little you can do to defend it. I think anyway. Nice and tidy so far. Final tricky corner. Oh, he runs very wide. I wonder did he invalidate that? He's still pushing.
It is in real life, but I don't think it is in Codemasters, is it?
Oh, so it does. So it's alright, yeah, so his time stands. So Vinny is on his hot lap.
And so is Thimo as well.
Crimsonium, and who else? We need to keep an eye on Onion. Onion is obviously trying a different strategy here because he's got that title wrapped up. He's going to go for the different strat.
Pretty sure Thimo just invalidated that.
Yeah, I think Vinny has too. He's backed out, so Adam, or Adreneuve.
I think there's something wrong with Thimo's car. It's a bit like Vettel in the US Grand Prix, where he was told to keep off the apex in a corner, but Thimo's doing it in all corners.
Yes, it is. Well, he clipped that one. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Well, you don't want to hit this apex too. Run wide, Thimo. Yes, nice cut back in. Got on board with him. Long looping right, bleed design. Oh, clips the apex nicely in the inside. On the power, Timo. Go, 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 go. Come on, Timo. Push it. Has he got some kind of block on his accelerator pedal or something? Or... don't run too wide here, Timo. Don't run wide. Don't run wide. Nicely. This is not looking very quick at all. This is looking very slow.
Oh, God.
Oh, a P11. Not bad.
Oh, that's actually prime position for him. He definitely intended to do that.
Of course, so that was a big brain moment from Thimo. Although Costa is up by 3/10 on Sector 2, which will make him jump into... which will push Thimo down for sure.
I mean, we don't know that yet. We'll be tight.
We just missed also Matthias is into P2.
Yep.
But Silver and Matthias are fighting it out for P2 in the standings as well. So that's a battle still raging. As Costa crosses the line and he puts it. Oh, no, he validated it. Yeah.
Yeah. Keyboard God Bless America has retired. Beautiful name.
Max splits in P15. Mozzie 16, Van Beets, Burke and Larson filling out the back of the grid now. Of course, Thimo secures that P11. Like you said, pretty good place to be in for the strat. As Milos Martigal tells us in chat that we are in prime position for the race.
Yeah, with they're apparently running the 500 before Christ spec on the car.
So this is your moment to shine. Wimpy, of course, out qualifying Thimo by a decent margin.
Yep.
You look down the boys, yes. So Luigi takes it P1, 131, pretty much dead. 4/10 off him is Matthias. So, I don't know. I can maybe see Luigi running away with this one. Is it too easy to call the race winner now after qualifying? No, I think we nearly do it.
Yeah, but the thing is with the penalties, a lot can happen on this one. So being on pole is by far not, everything you need to do here. Even if you can't stay ahead as well for the whole race, there's so many opportunities to mess up your race, with penalties in particular. So,
well, Onion Barge is interesting what he's up to, but I'm gonna go with Monsieur Luigi for the race win.
Yeah, that's a good bet. That's a good shout.
What was I gonna say? What's there? I forget. Oh yes. Hopefully people notice how I have fixed my little icon, TipsyBob, on the bottom left. It was this monstrosity with the big white background. That was Mr. Chief helped me out with that. I didn't get Bance's one. Nobody has sent me it or uploaded it to me, so that is why there's just TipsyBob logo on the bottom left. But Bance, make sure you get that sent to me, man, for the next one.
Oh, okay.
We can get your name on it. Here we go. Gonna get the lap delta, the telemetry, and we want the tires. So this is it, Mr. Thimo. As said earlier, you are in prime position with your BC 500 before Christ race setup. I don't know about you, Bance, but I'm really looking forward to the Wimpy Thimo battle.
Of course. I mean
it is. There has to be, at some point, they have to fight each other. Preferably, I would like Wimpy in front of Thimo as it is now, but like Thimo on the gearbox of him.
I mean, for sure, even if Thimo's faster, he's going to be looking at Wimpy's gearbox for the entire race anyway. Historically speaking, at least. Maybe we should stop being so mean to Mr. Thimo.
We are not being Mr. Let's, if anyone is in any doubt, okay, let's say I personally love Thimo. Not in that way, just as a human being, I think he's awesome. Okay? And his wee Germanic logic with things. What was it he said recently? That his logic for we were talking about, kind of fighting and stuff, which we don't condone anyone fighting, but Thimo was kind of saying that basing his logic in terms of how he can ensure he doesn't cause any physical harm to anyone, he's going to ensure that he keeps the physical mass of his arms low. I was thinking. That is the most German thing I've ever heard. An uninteresting, unhumorous topic. So they're lining up, Bants. Matthias P2, Silver P3. Vinny. I think the question people are going to ask is, how many laps is it going to take before Vinny spins?
Are we just savages today in general? And that, if so, then 3 laps.
Okay. Well, let's find out if that premonition is correct. But meanwhile, we have 5 lights. Bants, do your thing.
And it's 5 lights and away we go!
Beautiful intro by the Mr. Bants as the Ferrari in the background gets a great launch. That's Wimpy. That will be the DC coming into effect. And Matthias gets Matthias gets spun by Wimpy! Wimpy!
Oh my god!
Wimpy takes out half the grid!
Wimpy has just done the biggest torpedo of 2019.
Oh, and we have
wow.
Who's that? We've got Keyboard Magnuson also is off, and this is just give Luigi a fantastic run. He takes his I'm all double Dutch here after that incident. I can't think. Yes, so that's given a nice little gap here, buffer for Luigi as he takes out that main brilliant start by launch off the line by Matthias. Further down the grid we have Mozzie right in the thick of the action. Look at that train of cars. Oh, but what was that going up ahead? Crimsonium, fantastic start, gets him up into P2, although Silver does get that move done. Wimpy lurking in the background. Or sorry, not Wimpy, sorry, Thimo lurking in the
I thought
background.
that was supposed to be a shot as well thing.
No.
I'm sure it was at the start.
So, Crimsonium gets himself a fantastic start, but he drops back down into P. Well, he still gains actually up to P3. And look at that gap already, almost 2 seconds before the first lap's over for Luigi.
Yeah, partly because Silver got taken out by Wimpy though.
Yeah. Oh, Max splits, sends it up the inside off Gary, and that puts Gary away offline. He really throws Gary, yeah. And so Max splits on the soft tire, is shooting right up the chuff. Look at that!
Yeah,
right
but
up
he's got
the
the Honda
gearbox.
engine, it looks like. Because he's not making up much ground. There you go.
And up ahead you have Onion Barge also trying to battle at the P3. I'm not sure Crimsonium's going to be able to hold on to that P3. He's got the current Tier 2 World Champion up his chuff. I can say that because people don't get what that means, except anyone from the north will get that, up his chuff. Okay.
Well, now people will look it up and then everyone will be shocked. By the way, I just got word in from Mr. Chief that apparently Wimpy's controller failed.
Oh!
So
Mr. Wimp's controller has failed. That explains that attempt at mass murder.
Definitely not unlikely because it didn't look like he was slowing down at all for that one.
So, unfortunate series of events for Mr. Wimpy, but head down, Wimps, head down, push.
Yeah, that will give Thimo the edge and a bit of confidence.
Max Splits is really racing today, and Gary wants that position back off him. I'm going to stick with these guys because he runs really wide. Does Max Splits trying to go the long way, and Gary goes up the. Oh, did we have? Yeah, we had Thimo in the background also getting forced off track.
Yeah, but Muzzy Gaming is maybe a new greatest rival.
Oh, we got a crash! It's Onion Barge. I don't know whether he spun or what happened there, but there was a collision. Gary and Max are really slugging it out here. It's like a boxing match, these two guys going at it toe to toe. And Max Splits is going to get the move done on the same place where he got Gary the last time.
Yep, and he's on soft tires, so
he's on the soft tires, yeah.
Bit of an advantage there as well.
Gary doesn't really want to be battling too much on these mediums. He wants to try and make this last. Yeah, Jensen says we need full damage. This is too much ping pong. I mean, what is this, racing or?
Oh boy.
I really want to stay with this battle with Max because he's right up the chuff with these guys. The closest battle, DRS is activated. It is activated this lap, although I don't think they get the benefit of it. Mr. Jensen saying, I beat the... Oh, yes, it is activated, so yeah. Max... Oh, what? Oh, did you see that?
That's, yeah.
That was a bit cheeky.
One of the McLaren is right in the mix there as well.
That was a bit cheeky. I don't know what happened there. But that was like... that was like, get the out of my way. That was that one, anyway. Max is... aggressive. He's not the only Max we know that's a bit of aggressive on behind the wheel, but hey, he's in P3, no damage done. At least I don't think there's any damage done. We're getting a watch Beamer, certainly. We're going to get on board with Mr. Beamer.
Oh, the house! Is it Vinny?
It's Keyboard
it's
Magnuson. No, it's not, sorry, who am I? It's Costa, forgive me, Keyboard, it's Mr. Costa.
What happened? Was Vinny taken out as well with the Wimpy incident?
I don't know. There was quite a few people taken out by that wimpy incident. Oh, but Timo's going for an overtake! Timo's going for an overtake!
Oh, and the
Timo gets the overtake done!
And he gets the overtake done. It is P6 for him.
Holy sugar! T-boys. Green
He might
helmet.
have stolen a team, and he might have stolen part of a helmet. But I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. So, but we've got a little battle going on in the background. And Mozzie and Inferno. Mozzie seems to be struggling. I don't know where his front end. Wait, no, his front end plate seems okay. Yeah, he's really struggling here. These mediums. I don't know whether these softs are just down really quickly or is just Mozzie struggling for. Oh, we got a car off.
Oh, and there's the Red Bull as well.
It is Mr. Inferno Coy.
That was quite an impressive spin, has to be said.
It was. It seems to be.
How did that happen?
I think he just on the power get a little bit dirtier, or sorry, he did a bit of on the dirt. That's real Belfast there. On the dirt and bit of gravel on his wheel, and he gets the car going, doing the Vinny basically.
Not nice.
Although I don't think Vinny did spin that time. I think he was caught up in that.
I wonder if it forced him into a spin, in which case it might be natural selection. Even if it's not his fault, maybe he's destined.
Mr. Slash is saying in chat, where did he say that there? He said, Beamer avoid apex at turn 8.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want your suspension popping off.
We have a move up ahead, but we've also got a move Matthias, who is trying to recover from that hammer blow he got from the Ferrari at the start. And but do we have a bit of action going up ahead? We have Adam on the back of Keyboard Max. How does he do that? How does Keyboard do that with a keyboard? Is quite phenomenal. Oh no, don't do that. Actually, that's quite phenomenal.
No.
Yes, Mr. Chief is in just as much shock as we are. Thimo did indeed overtake someone and is in P4. Oh, and Vinny.
Vinny's left the session.
Timo at it, or sorry, Vinny at his home track.
Timo looking like he's going for an overtake there.
What is going on with Timo? I tell you, it's because he's got the green and the McLaren.
What an animal.
See? He just feels like it's me.
Right.
Oh, Crimson hitting the rear off Timo. So this is good, Timo.
You're talking a lot about front ends and hitting rears. Are you alright?
I don't know, it's just Timo seems to like coming up the rear of these guys.
You definitely also took some reference from your helmet.
Yep. He must look at my helmet quite a lot.
Yeah. So, you know what? Actually, interesting thing is, Gary, his teammate, right up the road in turn 1 there, fighting the Ferrari, they're the top medium runners.
Yeah, so he is right now.
So, Thimo is in a prime position at the moment.
Yeah, Thimo and Gary, the McLaren, doing a great job here. Obviously taking inspiration from... but anyway... What? Is these softs down earlier than what we expected, or is Max just struggling? Did he have an issue there?
Hard to say. It'd be nice if someone in the chat that's maybe done a couple laps could say how long the softs are meant to last.
Yeah, is this a one-stop? is the question. I don't know. But and meanwhile, Max has the DRS on Gary. These guys have been slugging it out for 6 laps now. And Gary not really defending against that one. He's going to just hug his racing line, yeah. So, didn't fight that too much, but he seems to fight more after. Oh, a little bit of a tap again.
Gotta be careful with that front wing.
Yeah, you don't want to damage your front end. You'll be needing that later. Slashy saying, radio silence, we mustn't jinx this. This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable.
Gary running a little bit deep there, but he's going to get the DRS. Up the main straight, so he's going to do to Max what Max did to him. Or is he? I think so, yeah. Going to send it up the inside. Yes. Not much you can really do about that. Oh, Max is hanging on. Oh, and Max is hanging on the inside.
Yeah.
We're going side by side round the S's. Someone's got to give. Yeah.
Yeah, Gary has let him through. That's good because I think he knows otherwise there would have been tears.
Yeah, but it's also wise to let him through because he's going to get the DRS on the main straight, the back straight.
True.
But while we're waiting for that, Matthias is up the chuff of Mozzie Gaming, and he's got himself back into the points contention, although it is, of course, the first stint.
Oh, Gary's had a good run there. That's going to be an easy overtake for him.
Yeah. And
yeah, not much Mr. Max could do there.
And Milos has joined. Must going to be doing a bit some engineering as Matthias pulls out wide on the DRS to go round Mozzie for P9. Excuse me. So
I'm quite impressed with Thimo, you know?
Yeah, he's doing a
good
good job.
He's doing pretty well. That's weird too because under qualifying, he's actually taking relatively decent lines as well. So I don't know what happened to him in qualifying, if he was just trying to overpush. But in the race, he's definitely racing better. That's good because then we can stop memeing him a bit, you know.
Yes, I would like to see him get a good points finish today. I like both McLarens, not that we're biased at all, but just like to see the McLarens do well.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, anybody in the chat, if you could give us a little bit of an insight in terms of the possible strategies here. Oh, Thimo gets himself a 3-second time penalty, as does
That's
Van
not Thimo,
Beets.
that's Van Beets.
But Thimo got one.
Did Thimo get one too?
Yeah, split second just before, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If someone could tell us, you know, what's the strats, because people are running on so far 7 laps on the softs. Now I know you can usually get 8 to 10 laps on softs on most tracks.
Jensen says the strat is easy, soft, medium. That is definitely, yeah.
Or soft, medium. Is that trolling? Look at that! Look how wide Matthias is going.
Or is it?
On I don't know if it's almost compromised his exit.
Probably a meme from Pretorius. Soft, medium sounds about right.
Yeah, soft, medium. I reckon is the way to go. So in that case, we're going to see these boys, Thimo and Gary and the likes, they're going to be running pretty deep this race. And I believe in the chat, Mr. Chief says, Mr. Chief is, of course, the Ferrari engineer of Wimpy, says that Wimpy is on the don't finish last strategy. As we have Adam is the first to come into the pits on the softs.
Mr. Thimo on the threat there from Costa, who's overtaken him there into turn 1. That is a definite fight for position. I'm Tyus. So he is effectively the third best medium runner at the moment.
So 8 laps on the softs for these boys, and they are coming out. Adam is completing on the mediums. Mozzie and George, onto the hard. So we're going to get a good benchmark here to see how these tires are lining up. Obviously, Mozzie and George are going to the end, but I think we're expecting Adam as well. What's that? 20 laps would be 29. No, so 19 laps. So what am I talking about? I can't count. Oh my god. Oh, who's that up ahead? Who's that up ahead? Who was that up ahead? Keyboard? Yeah, Keyboard. Keyboard is missing a huge chunk of his front right wing, and he cuts the track. I thought he was going to abort there. So hazard on track. Wimpy is also. Chief says he may switch to the please be a safety car strat.
Yeah, that's a good strat to have usually.
Oh, that happened to me last time out. I pitted lap. I was P6, P4, I think it was. And I decided to pit on the lap 22 when I normally pit lap 23. I pitted lap 22, lap 23, safety car. Completely screwed my soul strat. I couldn't get a podium.
Why did you pit earlier than usual then?
Because I was struggling. My tires weren't wearing out quicker than they normally do, but because I was pushing really hard.
That's fair.
And I didn't want to lose any more time, so. Oh, anyway.
What did you finish in the end?
P7, but I think my unfair time penalties dropped me to P8 to Speedy. That's 2 P8s in 2 days, but anyway. Keyboard comes in much earlier on these mediums than he would have liked, so he retires?
Yep, he just put himself in a safe position, I suppose, so his car doesn't annoy any other drivers, but it seems he is indeed done.
So Thimo now behind Luigi, our effective P1 race leader.
Yeah, one pit stop ahead.
Yeah, Luigi just gets out ahead of him, yeah, so...
So that's quite a lot of ground as well on Costa, 3 seconds. But that's okay, I think, when I talk to Timo privately as well, it's just to make sure, just set realistic goals for yourself. I think him being in P5 is really impressive. Good move from him. Also, decent overtaking.
Yep, nice, clean, and assertive overtaking is what we like to see. And we generally like to see improvement by everyone. And overtaking is something that Thimo has self-confessed himself that he's not the most confident. But the boys, of course, are working in the behind the scenes trying to help him out with that. Give the guy a bit of confidence. And it's showing, as we've seen there. It was a very assertive, confident overtake. Of course, he did have a long straight and the DRS, but I mean, you still have to do it. You'll have to send it.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking down the times here, everyone's getting these time penalties. Like you said, Bans, these time penalties will come into contention in terms of the final finishing positions of these guys.
Yeah,
suppose every race does, really, but
this one might be Gary's to lose this race. He's in a very good position indeed.
We're approaching just under halfway, and we're seeing we get a yellow in sector 1 and 2. Someone is off, or did someone run wide? Girl Matthias is, well, Silver must have come out. I think Silver must have come out in front of Matthias.
Yeah, possible. So Silver going to the end.
Max is in the pits.
Matthias is as well.
Yeah, so Max goes on to the mediums. Hoping, of course, to take those to the end. And the live chat's pretty quiet, boys. What he's talking.
That's right. Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's so intense that everyone's just focusing. You see. Definitely, what's going on here?
Waiting for some action. Wimpy had an off wing damage, so that would explain that the yellow in sector 1 and 2, and you can see Wimpy there. He does have the same damage to his front wing that keyboard Magnussen has, that real badly damaged front right of his front wing. The question is Wimpy going to abort this race, as we have already seen Mr. Keyboard do?
I don't think so. I think he's gonna wait for that safety car. I think if he would have given up already if that was at all in his mind. After that lap 1 incident, and he didn't. So I have faith. I mean, obviously he's going to the end now after the pit stop.
Well, I think he might have missed a trick there because he switched to the hards, and he already pitted from what I remember for the mediums, if I'm correct. So would it not have been better switching to the mediums? Because he would have pitted.
Yeah.
He would have pitted for the mediums later than the soft runners, and he will still have he would actually have pretty fresh tires over almost everyone. In the event of a safety car, I think he's missed a wee trick there. Mr.
Yeah,
Chief,
that's curious.
Mr. Chief, if you are listening, you can inform him that I think Wimpy has missed a trick. He'd have pitted for the mediums. Oh, anyhow, who is on track fighting? Closest battle at the moment is Mozzie, who is in DRS zones, but so is Max. Sorry, Max is also, so Max was up ahead. He'll get the DRS first. So let's run on board with him. See a little bit of action. Things, of course, as we said, they all usually do quieten down around the middle of the section of these races while everyone is on their pit stop strategies. But once all the pit stops are done, which I think they pretty much are at this stage, except all of these hard runners, they're going to have to pit later on in the race. The guys who started in the hards. Larson gets the pass done pretty easily. And did Mozzie seem to lose out a bit of time there? It was just over half a second behind someone, or was I? Maybe I'm confused there. But anyway,
I mean, it's possible, but he does have a guy ahead of him with softer tires, so it would not be criminal for him to lose a little bit of time there.
Crimsonian doing a pretty good job there of defending that position.
Yep, he did.
Oh, and Adams off!
Oh my god!
Big loss of traction.
Mr. Addy, that's not the only thing he lost in that one.
Now, if he retires, we may have a safety car.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
How soon does the safety car come in? Almost instantly, does it?
Should be a couple seconds after, yeah. It's kind of a mystery anyway how the safety car works, and it's also kind of random, so it's never a given. But in this situation, of course, there was no safety car.
So Adam leaves the session after that big loss of traction, so I don't think we're going to get any safety cars.
I mean, that's not said and done yet, but clearly this game is very choosy, very picky about what qualifies a safety car, as always.
I know sometimes people think about turning the safety car off because it can be unpredictable or sometimes even buggy, but I do like the safety car on because it really does mix things up for us streaming and commentating, but also for racing. Whenever you are racing, if you had a great opportunity that something happened, maybe somebody did something to you, forced you out wide or whatever, and you lost a bit of wing or whatever, and you think, bugger, my chances of this, good points finish are over, and then boom, safety car, you're perfectly positioned for the pits. It really gives those guys at the back a little bit more hope, a bit more of an opportunity to mix things up and maybe get some points. That's why I do like the safety car in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's, for example, Wimpy right now, it's the kind of thing where he's 45 seconds behind P15, and any normal league racer, no safety car, many would just say, all right, this race is over, let's move on to the next one. But the fact is that there's a safety car there, and he hasn't been lapped, means that he does have a very real chance of coming back. So that's the kind of dynamic in there that he wouldn't otherwise have. So even though it's unreliable, it doesn't come out for nothing. Except in qualifying to do a couple hot laps. I don't know if you saw that video.
Yes. And so we have Mr. Thimo in
Yep.
P3. But not for much longer, as Silver is about to take that off him. Yeah. Silver on those 5-lap Jimmy Wong has joined. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, Mr. Wong.
Hello, Mr. Wong. Yeah, something like
I know you were.
yes.
I know you were.
Yeah. And
Mr. Wong has left
Mr. Wong has taken his Wong out of the session.
Nice.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. I am the master of these terrible jokes. Anyway,
Thimo is still in P4.
Timo's still in P4, and Gary is up. Well, not up, but Gary is catching. I don't suppose Thimo will A, put up much of a fight, or B, can really put up much of a fight. Oh, he runs really deep.
Yeah.
Timo runs really deep, so Thimo, it may be time, my man.
I mean, he's waiting for the window for the soft tires, which he should be in now.
Yeah, so
Not now. Not 2 laps or so, I guess. But
Yeah, so-
you know, you're not gonna have great tires.
yeah, so
towards
guys,
the-
we've seen guys taking it to 10 laps. So he really wants to try and stretch it to the very least lap 18.
Yeah,
So-
but those are tires that have been out for qualifying, so that has to be considered.
Oh, that's right enough, yeah. But did he use all his set though?
That's a good question. I
don't
mean,
think
we
he
hope
used all
not,
his set.
considering the kind of qualifying he had.
I'm pretty sure Timo's got a fresh set of softs. So on that basis, yeah, he should be able to take it to pit lap 18 and take them to the end, which will drop him pretty far down the grid actually when looking at these times. That about what's that, about 20, what a 22, how long is a pit stop? About 23, you need a 23-second gap usually,
Something like that, yes.
a full gap, so that'll bring him pretty far back.
So Speedy says that Timo will not have a fresh set of softs.
Oh. So, with that info, Gary just passes Thimo reasonably easily. Thimo doesn't really
Yep.
fight it, but that was a pretty cool camera angle we had there.
Right?
If that's the case, then yeah. So, lap 18 might be a bit early for him then. Lap 20. We're thinking. Question is how well has he? Oh, excuse me again. How well has he looked after these mediums? Is the main thing.
Questions and questions.
Lots of questions, and he gets himself another time penalty, so that's at least 6 seconds time penalty. Very easily done.
Gonna go check.
Yeah, he's got at least 6. This Pretorius informs us, yes, that Costa is pitting. And so this actually might help Gary a little bit because Thimo is holding up Max a little bit here, but Max is going to get the DRS, yeah.
Timo's gotten 2 warnings on this lap alone.
2 warnings already on this lap, and he's already got 6 seconds, so yeah, Thimo, all your good work, my man, may be undone by these penalties.
I mean, one of those warnings is for the penalty, and the other one's basically an extra one, so yes.
Okay.
2 more warnings to get for the next penalty. From what I understand, anyways.
Van Beets further back, caught up on the back of Vinny. So Vinny left and rejoined, so Vinny's still back with us, yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. Larson also catching up to, well, not catching up actually, Larson's just, yeah, so Larson's coming into the pits quite early on 16 lap medium, so he must be confident that he has a fresh soft, or a fresh set of softs.
Not necessarily.
No?
I think, I mean, you know, they won 10 laps with the soft tires, but those were qualifying soft tires already. So there's 10 laps to go now, and even if he goes on a quality set now, it's still going to make it to the end, you know?
Yeah.
It would, in the worst case, be the exact same scenario as towards the start of the race. Actually, not for him, because he started outside the top 10, didn't he?
That's right. Thing is, you can take your tires a little bit too deep, and then you start losing time.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a definite cliff, especially
Yeah.
with the tires.
but let's see what's happening here. Yeah, so Van Beets is Still hasn't found a way past Vinny, even with the DRS, so we're going to keep a wee eye on this. As he gets, you seen the activation zone just there, he comes round the pipe view bend and on to the back straight with the DRS. Be reasonably straightforward, although it is the Vin man. Vinny defends well. Oh, he lost a bit of time there off the launch, so I don't think he's... Yeah, he seems to be struggling here. Van Beats, even with the DRS open, I wonder does he have a setup or what's going on there? But,
hard to tell.
Run on board with Thimo to see if he's going to... Yes, Thimo is pitting.
Yeah, I was about to say as well if he hadn't pitted. Because he's losing a lot of valuable time at this point. Spectating him a bit there, and he was not having a good time.
Go the softs.
Yep.
Take Thimo on this McLaren to the end. Hopefully he can secure some good points. He will secure 8. Vinny's 20 seconds behind him. We're going to yellow in sector 3. So someone...
Yep, someone messed up there, but for Thimo at the moment, P8 is safe unless he makes a colossal mistake. Although that's without including the penalties. He is on a soft set, so if you can get some overtaking going, he's 10 seconds behind Matthias. But he's on older mediums, so I think it's very possible that he could catch up if he has the pace, of course. We'll have to wait and see. Or at the very least, he could stretch his gap to P9 to a certain amount that the penalties won't make him suffer, tons of position losses.
Hopefully we can get a bit of action now. These guys are on these different strats, fresh tires. We'll see them closing up on each other. Vinny must have got... Larson gets passed by... No, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Did I miss something there? Anyway, Mr. Vance.
Mr. Damien?
Did you have a nice day?
Yeah, I'd say so. What about you?
Just working.
So terrible. No,
Ooh, Larson's trying to send it up the inside of the final turn. That would be a bit... he's got this move done. He'll have the DRS and he has the inside line on Vinny. And he doesn't really fight that. It's all quiet on the Western Front, as they say.
Yeah, Larson makes a mistake there. He cracks a bit under pressure from the Vin man himself. But with the tire differences, I'm sure this will be very temporary indeed. It's not much Mr. Vinny can do. But if anything, this benefits Thimo. Although so far he's only lost time to Vinny behind him. So that's a bit worrying, I think.
Costa is absolutely on a mission here with these fresh softs. He really wants to capitalise with this early bit of grip that he's got on these to try and close up as tight as he can. Up ahead is he's almost 1.5 seconds behind P3 and Gary. This will be a great...
Yeah, he's looking like he's definitely going to challenge for the podium.
Let me see.
Mr. Luigi, though, has to be said. I mean, he is controlling that race. P2, 18 seconds behind him.
Yeah, I'm just looking. The biggest gainers are Max and Costa. Max up 10 places, and Costa up 9. But I'm thinking he's going to get higher. He's definitely going to get P3. He could well within the time remaining, possibly catch silver. He's quite a gap. What's it, 18, 19 seconds behind him, and he's got 7 laps to do it. That might be a bit of a tall order, but definitely he's looking pretty for P3 here.
Oh, Costa, yeah, I mean, I said in chat as well, Silver's also on the hard tires, isn't he? So he could very well make it P2 as well, but he's going to have to crack on with it, because his soft tires are not going to last him forever.
Yeah. And as Chief says, Luigi and Silver, no penalties. evidence that they are obviously robots.
Yeah, definitely.
Or
Especially Luigi, look at that gap.
yeah, we need to run on board with our P1 man.
Racing Line robots, says Jensen in chat. They
I,
don't use Racing Line, do they?
I don't know if Luigi uses Racing Line. I previously said on the last stream that I think he used ABS, which I have seen him use it before, but he quickly corrected me that he doesn't. Well, he didn't have it in that race, so I'm not going to call whether he has Racing Line at all. I'm just going to assume that he doesn't. Although I have seen vids with it on. Although...
Ooh. I mean, with pace like that, would hope it's off.
But they say at the same time this is tier 2 in SLR, so they do allow it.
Yeah, indeed. Julian has stated that he doesn't use the line. So,
yeah, but I was pretty sure he doesn't. I wasn't sure about the ABS. I think he had it on, because he has it on for those TT times, I noticed, so that's why I thought he had it on, but regardless.
the 100 brake pressure thing, isn't it?
He told me that he doesn't have it on during the race. I mean, it's easy to see anyway. You just watch the guy's telemetry in the brakes, and you can see how careful he is on the brakes there, which would suggest that he doesn't have it on. Silver, meanwhile, though, he was an assist user from what we remember, and has been working hard to get them off as he's got the pumpkin helmet.
Oh, that was close there. That was Silver and Gary.
Yeah, I got that in the background. Yeah, so Speedy's saying he definitely had it on for quali. I mean, see, that's the thing, you know, whenever you have these rules where, you know, they are available, people can switch them on and off.
Oh yeah, I can't flame him for that. You know, if he's
yeah,
allowed to use them, then that's it. Gary going for a move on Silver.
Yeah.
Now, ooh, Costa there going for a move on both of them, I think. Yeah, he's going for both of them. He's going to have superior traction and more grip for the next couple corners, so I don't think Gary will try and fight him too much. And Costa's passed both cars out of turn 1 and up turn 2, so that was very opportunistic, but it worked out in the end. It's a good job from him.
So I got something wrong. I said he was 18 less seconds behind Silver, but that was Silver 18 seconds behind Luigi, so my bad. So he does indeed get P2. The question is, will he keep it? Because Silver has 0 penalties.
Does Gary have penalties?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think he does have one, doesn't he? Hold on, let me check.
But Gary defending the position of Silver. Silver 3 lap older tires than Gary.
Gary has 3 seconds of penalties.
Yeah. And he's starting to struggle that rear end. You can see it slipping around on him. Silver with the older tires, but seems to be able he's able to manage the grip loss better at the moment, because he's getting really sideways. That back end is really trying to go out on him. But
so one thing as well with Costa, I checked is he's got a 5-second time penalty on lap 6. I don't know exactly why. And then he got 2 corner cutting penalties. So he's got 11 effectively. But Chief in chat says he's got 6 seconds, so I guess it's a bug penalty he got. And so he's going to get that removed. In which case it is 6 seconds he needs to make up.
Silver's showing remarkable pace here with these older hards.
Yeah, you can say that to Onion as well. He's on 21 lap old ones. Oh yeah, OceanChief's right. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a stop-go penalty then, huh? That Costa had. So he would have served it already. Can you get 5-second penalties like that?
Oh, if you speed in the pit lane, I know you.
Yeah, only for that, no? Yeah.
Silver's going for the P3 off Gary. And gets it. Silver, of course, doesn't need to fight too much because he's got no penalties, but at the same time, he doesn't want Costa just racing away. Also, I use my phone, guys, for the live chat, and my battery has just died, so I am now unable to see the live chat. So, Mr. Bance,
I got you covered.
If anything needs to be said, mentioned, you are the man.
Ooh, Gary there had a
Yeah.
bit of a moment. What's up with Mr. Thimo here as well? He's not really gotten anywhere after his pit stop. Fortunately, not making the greatest use of the soft tires. If anything, he's got Larson behind him. 2 seconds. And yeah, it's interesting to see because this gap to Vinny when he left the pits was I think 4 seconds. And
yeah.
it's yeah, it's still 4 seconds. So maybe not his best tire.
Yeah, the thing is, he's up, or does Larson have any time penalties? Is the question. I think he probably does. The Timo may well lose out that P8.
It's possible, yeah. Kanzonium gets a 3-second time penalty.
While we're waiting for this battle for these top 4, effectively, to be decided with the penalties and if maybe on some on-track battles, let me just say, Mr. Vance, I don't know about you, but I am incredibly hungry.
Yeah, I am very hungry indeed.
I mean, I have, the last time I ate was at 1:13 today for my lunch at work. I haven't had anything at all.
Yeah, we planned that very well.
I think I could
Oh,
absolutely...
we could also say that this race was so good that it didn't leave us hungry. I think that was the idea, right? This would feed us. Right?
Sorry, getting sideways again, yeah. I'm really thinking about murdering a cup of tea and toast. Oh, that just sounds like pure heaven. Jimmy Wong has joined us once again. Hello, Mr. Wong.
He's looking at his competition so that one time when he jumps for the actual race, he can go and get his Wong out.
He's gonna start shaking his Wong about the place. Going, who's the biggest Wong here? Okay, that's enough. By the way, for anyone who's watching, we have absolutely no idea who Mr. Jimmy Wong is, but welcome anyway, Mr. Jimmy Wong. Oh, he's gone. Wong has left the building, or left the track.
Yep.
Ooh,
As
Matthias.
OceanChief has said it was indeed the Wong time for him to join.
Nice, Chief. Very good.
God's sake.
Very good.
Two
very
Wongs
good.
don't make a right.
Well, very good. Very
I'm sorry,
good.
Chief, but that is borderline racing.
Very good. Very good. I approve,
so-
Mr. Chief. I approve.
Mr. Larson isn't really catching up to Thimo now, though. They have a pretty stagnant gap. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure.
By the way, I can just hear Madame Kitsune in the background. She is back for her lunch.
Ooh.
I might get.
She's really lucky as well, you know, living like 2
With
minutes
me,
from
I know.
Tesco's. What?
Not even, man. It's to see if I go up. By the way, just so we point out, other supermarkets are available, of course. I see if I go to my window.
But Tesco's the best.
See if I go to my window at the back and get my binoculars out. I can see the roof of Tesco's. I don't even need my binoculars. I can see it from my house. It's right beside me.
So she just walks to work a couple minutes.
Well, she could. You could be.
Oh, lazy bastard!
Hang on a minute, Mr. Pants. I cannot have.
Wow.
I cannot have my beautiful wife walking in the middle of night, 12 o'clock midnight.
Well,
home.
that is right. That is right.
You see what I mean? So
But if it's a morning shift, it's not a good excuse, is it?
hang on a minute. Well, she doesn't do morning. She does nights. Hang on a minute. Madame Kitsune, can I get a big hello for the stream?
Hello.
Epic. Just looks absolutely wrecked. But she will probably be going back to work in. Oh, I can't. My phone's dead in 1 hour. So. Matthias, on the back of our current Tier 2 world champion,
Yep.
to potentially steal P6. Oh, my tummy is so sore. Zonium gets himself another 3-second time penalty. It's been a pretty muted race, I would think it's fair to say, Bance.
It's had its moments, like
Had a few moments,
Mr.
yeah.
Wimpy exploring positions further up the grid. Turn 1.
And Thimo taking the scenic route in qualifying.
Yes, indeed. Many times, in fact.
Yes. Once wasn't enough.
Although it's been a great story of development, I think. Because
yes.
people like Thimo, for example, I feel like he's really discovered what an apex is since qualifying.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, I don't think he was very familiar with what it meant. But he does now. And he is in P8, which is not so bad.
He's really surpassing his previous results, and passing is also something that he's actually learned how to do in this race.
Yes.
As we've seen 2 overtakes by Mr. Thimo, not 1, but 2.
Yeah, we're getting spoiled by him these days, it looks
He
like.
is spoiling us, Bance. But Matthias still on the back of this final lap of the current world champion. But you know what we're going to do? Well, I'll stay on board with him here, see if he can get the P position off. I don't think he's going to get it, so we're going to run on board with the Mr. Luigi as he comes around the line, and he takes victory from pole.
Oh, it's not over yet, though, with
lap
Matthias
19.
and Onion.
Well, hang on a minute. We're going to run on board with Costa. Costa is coming around. Let me see. What are they up to, these guys? Yeah. So that's pretty much done. That move's done.
Oh, boy, he's right up his trough, as Matthias. I don't think he's going to pass up on an opportunity to overtake him here.
Yeah, so Matthias, he's pretty much out of luck here. He's not going to get it done.
Yeah,
Is he
not
going to get
happening.
it done on penalties?
Oh, he's going to have a much better run than him. But he overcooks it a little bit there.
Oh, he jumps
And
him
still
on the
gets the
penalties,
position.
though.
Yep.
Well done. And Thimo manages to finish a race. Not the first German to do.
Wow.
And Thimo crosses the line. P8, does he get it? Does he hold it? No, he loses it.
P10.
Larson gets the jump on both of them. Larson with a fantastic result there. Must have had either no penalties or less penalties and gets P8. Thimo gains 1 position, which is a result, and gets the single point. He gets Mr. Chief's point.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least personally, I'm quite impressed with Thimo here. No bias. So yeah, good job from him. I mean, the Phone Voice channel, he also said he hadn't really practiced at all, which would explain why in qualifying he was missing every apex. But getting a point, despite that, really impressive. Good on him.
So what the hell? Who made this? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Did you know that making noises does not make it go easier?
I'm trying to open this bottle of extra virgin olive oil, and it just will not open. What the hell?
Oh man, you don't want to open the Call of Duty lobby right now, do you?
I can't open that bottle.
Okay, just
Here, you sort that out. I'm busy here. Sorry, forgive me about that, Bance. I was trying to open a bottle of virgin. I was trying to open a virgin
Please,
oil.
it's not November, Tipsy. You can't be making noises like that.
Well, hey, it doesn't apply to me, you know. Anyway, we have our race is over and done with. Mr. Luigi does get yes, Mr. Luigi gets the P1, but we have to pick a driver of the day. Now, sometimes we forget. And for me, there are quite a few people up for contention for this.
Yes, I think so as well.
So
That's an obvious one, though, isn't it? I mean, Luigi, pole, P1 the entire race, 20-second gap to second.
Yes.
But then you also have people like Thimo, who, it's P10. It's not, in itself a huge position, but it's it's kind of like the evolution of how he usually finishes and the fact he had no practice. And he's done some nice overtakes too, so.
Yes, and also Costa And another honourable mention, well worthy of the potential driver of the day,
Yep.
Silver. Although really Silver qualified P2 and finished P2, so he just secures where he qualified, as does Luigi. Matthias, I wasn't sure where Matthias finished. If he recovered well after the getting murdered. But for me, it's a real hard choice between Costa and Luigi.
Matthias finished 6th, by the way.
I mean, that's a good
Yeah.
recovery. That is a good recovery, but Costa, where did he finish? Where did Costa finish?
Costa finished 3rd in the end.
I'm worried. He was, and whenever he was 4th, he was up 10 places. So he must have been 14th. So that would effectively, wouldn't that be right? So he was 14th to 3rd. That's a great result. 11 places. I would love to give it to
Yeah, that's
Luigi.
right. It was P13, it looks like.
Yeah. So I would love to give it to Luigi. I mean, I did call it. I said Luigi's going to get the race win, and he does. And with tradition, something I always like to do, I don't always want to give it to the guy that dominates. Not necessarily saying that's an easy thing to do, because it's not, taking nothing away from the man. But for me, with what Costa done, I would like to give it to him.
Yeah.
Although
I think.
if you think otherwise, Bance, certainly let us know.
I mean, Luigi's domination of that race is, something to consider for sure. But I think just the fact that Costa came from P13, it's, obviously not taking away from Luigi, but starting on pole, especially with what happened on lap 1 with, his main contender Silva in that case getting taken out. He didn't lose too much time, but, things add up. It's still very impressive finishing 20 seconds ahead, but, finishing first from pole, I don't think is as impressive as starting outside the top 10 or P13 even, and then finishing 3rd by a second behind P2, So I'd give it to Costa as well.
Yeah, I
But,
give it to Costa. There is also, we can take into consideration though that he may have benefited from the first turn 1 incident, so that's a possibility. But taking nothing away from him, he still had to put the car there, and so yeah, I think we're pretty much agreed here. Me and Bance, we're going to give the driver of the day to Mr. Costa. So, well done. Yes, let's give him a round of applause. Now, all that's left to do is to get some interviews. The question: is there anyone up for interview? Oh, we've got a lot of people.
there's
in the
a
interview.
lot of them.
Let's try and get as many people in as we can. So I think we shall start off with the race winner, Mr. Luigi.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Luigi. Bien joué. Avec
Merci.
le gagné. That sounded probably terrible French, but
Oui, oui.
je pense nous doit how would you say it? Nous doit parler anglais pour le stream.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm murdering French here. Although it sounds epic to everyone else who doesn't understand it, but it probably sounds terrible to Monsieur Luigi. But anyway, Mr. Luigi, you were the guy that I said was going to get this race win, and you are the guy that got the race win.
Did you
However-
say that after quali or before quali?
Well, normally we say it after quali anyway, but this time, yes, I did say it after quali.
Well, then that doesn't count.
Well, it does count, because there has been times people has been finished on quali and didn't win the race. And
Yeah.
you almost didn't win the race because of that turn 1 incident. But before we get into
Yeah.
that, before we start off and get into that, we want to say that we didn't give you the driver of the day for those reasons that, you just dominated, but you were our definite second pick for that race, because you did a fantastic job, man, from pole position, commanding the race, and then just finishing so far ahead of everyone else. But yeah, if you want to talk us through your race, man, I suppose starting off with that turn 1 incident.
Oh, I have no clue what happened. All I heard is that
I can tell
Wimpy
you.
completely lost it.
Yeah. So on the stream, me and Vance, we go psycho, basically saying Wimpy's killed everyone, but that's just our reaction to it. Really, what happened was
I mean, he did kill everyone, but it
Well, he
was
did.
because of his controller.
Yeah, but his controller failed on him, and so he couldn't brake.
alright,
So
do we have proof of that? Can we check like the brake on the replay? Because
Do you think he did that on purpose?
that's easy excuse. You know what I mean?
Well, there is no reason to doubt Mr. Wimps, right? Let's
No,
first of
for
all
sure,
say that.
for
But
sure. It's just
um,
it's an odd thing to happen.
I know that is fair enough. I would agree. Although it happened to
We'll
me
leave that
with
to
my
the
race.
FIA.
But
I think that's probably not something to speculate about
yeah,
now.
we're not going to speculate on that at the moment. But I mean, for me, I believe Wimps big time. Anyway, Mr. Luigi, would you like to talk us through your race?
Um, yeah. Well, pretty basic stuff, really. I where can I start? It's pretty much the only race that I practice the entire season. Usually I go in and practice like 30 minutes before the race. This time I have been practicing for 1 week,
Oh,
and well, it clearly shows. Uh, I'm 60 something on the leaderboard. I did a really good lap. I'm literally that quali lap was insane because it's the fastest lap I've ever done outside of a time trial lap in Coda. My best was 1:31.1, and that was 2 days before qualification. And so, yeah, that was I'm 1/10 behind my PB. So for a quali lap, that's really insane, and I still can't quite believe it. But that was a really good lap. Then I wasn't too sure about the strategy. I gave it a shot in a custom 50% race. So obviously soft medium, very sketchy, because the tire wear is pretty hard
yeah.
in Coda. So if I was gonna do that, I would have to drive pretty slow and conservative, which I did, especially on those mediums, because I saw everybody pitting, and I was like, wait, did I do the right thing?
Hmm.
So I kind of doubted, but then I made my little calculations during the race, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna be chilling, uh, big chill. So yeah, pretty easy race. I was pretty much flying out there, pretty lonely too.
I mean, you say you were kind of, managing your pace, going slow, but to us, you were just taking off from the rest of the field. So
Yeah,
even whenever you were managing your tires, you still had crazy pace.
yeah. Yeah, I guess last 2 week I said Koda's my the track I like the last, but now it's the opposite, obviously. Now that I'm super fast on here.
Well, you did say in previous races that I think you were disappointed with a couple of results that you had, and you were gonna really get your head down and focus on it. So, I mean,
Yeah, Mexico definitely did it for me. I took it well in the interview, but I was really mad. That was a
yeah,
horrible race, and it sucks because I want to show that I have the skill, especially because I want to go in tier one. And so in Mexico, I turned off all the assists. Obviously, I wasn't running with any, and I couldn't show that I had the pace because of that disaster of a race. So today's redemption. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think the people were questioning about assists. I mean, there were people were asking, does Luigi use the racing line? And
No.
initially I said no. I says maybe, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I know you had the ABS on, but then you corrected me the last time out. You turned it off. So yeah. So it was confirmed on the stream that you don't have any assists
I'm
on. But
I'm I'm done. Now from now on, tier two is a practice for tier one because I'm
um,
joining tier one next year. So
yeah. Well, I would say you probably would definitely will join tier one, man, because you've clearly got the pace, you've got the skills, and assist. So the next progression for you is to move up. Because
yeah,
as we say often say to people, you don't have to win tier two to be warranted to move up. Oh, sorry, noise there. You've got the skills and the speed anyway, so I would expect you'll move up. I think there is spaces. I think there's places. But anyway, things will be changing now. We've got a few people to get through here, Mr. Luigi. So thank you very much for your interview and congratulations on your race win.
thank you very much.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks.
Moved out. Um, that was a bit of food on my table. So it's a bugger because I would like to eat it, but I'm gonna have to do these interviews. So I'm gonna get someone in who's gonna talk for ages. Who talks for ages? I know who will get in. I need to get somebody who likes to talk and never stops. So, hello, Thimo.
Of course.
I I need my race engineer. Uh, okay.
Mr. Milosh
You're
is
here
in.
that I don't embarrass myself in front of the press.
Right, Mr. Thimo, you had an awful lot of support from everyone watching, and also us. We didn't meme you at all, so don't be thinking that. But me and Bance, we desperately need someone to talk for like the next 5 minutes
Okay.
because so can you talk
Okay.
us through your race? Let's start from breakfast this morning.
No comment.
Right.
Okay. So I had a brezel on the way to uni, and it was a warm summer night over ancient Greece, and also I did that, and then I planned to do practice for today. Wanted to be prepared, and then Deutsche Bahn was the best thing ever, and apparently they are as quick as I am, so they arrived 50 minutes late. So then I had only half an hour of practice. That was great. Jensen did a very good job telling me what a gear is. I did a very good job absolutely ignoring all advice he gave me during the race. So I think that's an achievement. And yeah, then there was the race, and I was in P11. I mean, I clearly knew that I was gonna get P11. It was not like I invalidated every single lap and made mistakes left, right, and center. No, that would
course
never
not.
happen to me.
No.
I know. You know, and then I then I was P11 and I started. It was I think a decent getaway. I saw a gap on the inside and I thought, oh yeah, let's go there. And it was very good that I went there because then Wimpy came just down like a torpedo into everyone
Yep.
and wiped out multiple people. I don't know the reason. I'm not going to like throw around accusations, but
Well,
it looked
his
pretty.
controller. He says his controller stopped working.
Yeah, that's what I heard because I had the boys feeding me with all the information during the race. I had like 3 race engineers, and they told me every time you were going on board with me, and that's when I started making all the mistakes. That's also what happened in quali.
That's
Apparently, he
really
watched like
cruel.
every single one of my lap and watched me cracking every single time.
That is really
Anyway,
cruel. You're engineers. That is a cruel thing to do.
it's
They're supposed to help you, not give you put you under pressure. And you were streamed quite a
how
lot.
about you stop putting me on the spot every time? I'm not that exciting. I like screen time when I'm doing well, so just don't give me any screen time ever.
Well, I have to say, you did better in the race than you did in qualifying.
Yeah, I gained 1 position, and that was probably someone who got wiped out. Congrats to myself. I'm like, I don't know. I thought I was doing very well in the first stint because I went up to P6 and I legit stayed there. So I thought I've got the strategy that bamboozles me in the first stint in comparison to the second stint. So this is looking good. I could like actually face like P6 or something. And then yeah, you know, I pitted for the softs and I was barely out of Wimpy and not Wimpy. I still have a drop. Oh, right. Once I was like asking for the gaps behind me, and like I was told where Larson was and where Winnie was, and suddenly Milos is like, okay, Wimpy is 5.4 seconds behind you, and I had 6 seconds of penalties. I instantly got a heart attack and thought, okay, now I have to push. It was actually Winnie, and then I realized this is not going well. How far are you into your meal? Do you need to keep rambling or?
No, I am strategically I'm
Okay.
strategically no Timo, I'm strategically following.
Okay.
Whenever I
That
anticipate,
that quote. This quote has been noted. Anyway,
whenever
um,
I anticipate that you're gonna come to an end, maybe, and I need to interject, I make sure I swallow everything.
oh, anyway, so uh, then yeah, I just had no pace on the softs. Honestly, my fresh softs, I was only like 7/10ths quicker than towards the end of the stint on my very old mediums. It just didn't feel right at all. I don't
Yeah.
really know what happened there. To be fair, I didn't do any running in. I mean, I did like 3 TT laps, and I only did all my running on mediums. So maybe it was just that I wasn't able to put to get the best runs and things. Maybe I just didn't push the tires enough. That's possible, or I just over pushed them.
Yeah,
Certainly wasn't right.
we did see that when you came out on your softs, we were expecting you to catch up with the field, but
Yeah.
like you said, you weren't able to get the softs to kind of switch on for you.
Yeah, it didn't really happen, did it? They
Yeah.
absolutely pulled them away from me on old hards.
Yeah,
That
you
was
had
kind of embarrassing.
you had a healthy gap behind you as well. We were pretty sure that you were going to secure at least P8. But then you got Jumpman just by the penalties.
Yeah, I mean, I had a healthy gap to the guys behind me, but I had a very unhealthy lack of a gap to the track limit. So, that was fun. I massively cracked under pressure there. I was sitting on. I had 5 warnings after, or like, no, I had 4 warnings 10 laps in, and then I didn't get anything for ages. And like my next warning was like lap 19, and then I suddenly got the next one also in lap 19 in the S's, both of them. And at the end, I was at 11 warnings, so I massively choked towards the end of the race. Probably also just because I tried to push the softs, and it just didn't feel right. It was kind of a shit show, and because I'm a driver, I'm allowed to say that.
Yep.
And that feels very good.
You're using my line.
I know. I'm also accidentally using your helmet design, so.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
going
mean,
to pull you up on. What the hell's that all about? Not only are you in my car,
Okay.
but now you're trying to take my helmet.
So basically, I was running my very patriotic Germany helmet all the time, and then my game deleted itself twice. So then I used like a one-colored blue helmet, and I thought, let's get a new one. And I picked one that's like mainly white, but also has some green to it. And then I sit down in the McLaren for the first time and was like, oh,
Yeah.
I feel very Irish. What's going on here? And but it didn't help me get your pace. That's kind of unfortunate.
I mean, you can try your best to look like me, Timo, but you just. I cut off there,
Yeah.
but that's all right. I'm choking here. Mr. Bance, are you in the middle of the salad?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Would you like to interject in anything here with Timo?
No, I'm right.
Well, we've got Cursed here, but he doesn't seem to want to talk.
I think he wants to, but I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, Milos, I will say I'm very proud that you found a job after you stopped being my race engineer.
I want to say one thing. Like, I'm a very nice person because you told me that you only brought me in so I would ramble on for ages so you could
And you
eat
did.
in the yeah, exactly. But I didn't intend to. I intended to just go in and every critical question I was going to answer with no comment in the hope that Bans was going to respond.
Well, thanks anyway.
Exactly. But then I was nice enough to tell you about my very poor race.
Well,
So
I wouldn't say it's a question of being nice, although there's no doubt about it. But I think it was just you were being very obedient.
That's kind of.
I think it's being nice. No,
I
that's
think
like.
I'm just acknowledging who your authoritative figures are in the society and in 2SRL. And kind of just doing as you're told. I'm almost finished my. I'm almost finished my dinner, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should get somebody else in.
Yeah, I bet everyone's hating me right now because they're probably all watching the stream, hearing me talk for ages. But it's all just because Wimpy wants some. Wimpy. I've got a trauma.
Okay, well, thanks anyway. Okay, who else?
That was brilliant, Bonsai. Could you do that? Who would bring in? Who wants to come in next? Well, okay, we'll pick
Matthias and Silver, the bro duo.
Matthias and Silver. Boys.
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Right, you're live on the stream. You want to fill us in on how your race went?
I avoided turn 1. I avoided the carnage in turn 1 in front of me, so that was pretty good. And then I had no pace all the race. So
you got hit in turn 1.
You got
No, I avoided all of it.
No, it was Matthias who got hit.
Yeah, Matthias got hit.
Yeah, that was my race was a very good start. Was P1 when I was turning in turn 1, and then I spun. I got a touch from Wimpy, I think, and my race was over. So yeah, great USA.
It was more than a touch. It was like practically murdered.
Yeah, you can say you can say it like that. Yeah.
He went and drive.
But it was a fantastic start from you, Matthias. As we say, you get off the line and you got the jump on Luigi. And I mean, who knows what could have happened if you were able to, keep that position. But yeah,
A win for me today? Absolutely not. I think Luigi had a great pace. Nobody could catch him, I think. But yeah, maybe a podium place. Uh, but yeah, it is P6 now, and I think yeah, I'm happy. It happened, so yeah, we can't change it anymore. So yeah, just
but
do it with my P6 and go on to the next race.
yeah, don't let it get you down, man. That's the only thing I could say from my experience in doing all this racing and stuff is if you think about it too much, it can affect your mentality for future races. I think what you should do is take a positive from this is from getting hit from where you did to potentially pretty much last, you recover to P6. I mean, that's a fantastic performance by by yourself. So always take the positives out of it.
Yeah, sure. You're right. I had a really good race, I think, because I had a couple of overtakes, and yeah, it's always fun when you can overtake someone else. Close battles. So yeah, uh, it was good for me. Uh, okay, yeah, turn one wasn't that great. Um, I had to make a recovery race, but I enjoyed a lot today from the recovery, and I only can be happy and just go on to the next race and
Exactly, man.
try to have the last two races a good result. So
Yeah, well, two more races to go, Matthias. You could,
yes,
I think I think from memory, I need to double check the points, but I think you might be able to catch P2 silver. Possible?
I don't gonna let it happen.
You're not gonna let him beat you, silver.
No.
yeah, I will be happy if I have P3 in the standings, and I think it's possible. Um, Aaron is P4, I think, and he didn't race today, so yeah, it's only good for me. So trying to be on a podium is yeah for my first season in SLR
And
a
well,
really good performance, I think.
the question is, do either of you, Matthias or Silver, have any aspirations to go to Tier 1?
I'm trying to race with all assists off, but my only concern is racing line at the moment.
Yeah.
And the brakes, it's difficult, but I do a couple of races sometimes where I can learn with driving with the locks.
Well,
So yeah, it's difficult, but I'm getting better in it, and yeah, I
well,
hope to go to Tier 1, but I don't think not next season, maybe the season after.
well, sorry, excuse me. Whenever people say to me about dropping their assists and having difficulty with the brakes, I mean, any of the guys that know me, that is something that I know very well because I used to have all assists. Excuse me, just a bit of bourbon. I used to have all assists, and then I slowly dropped everything one by one. The first I dropped was the line, then I dropped traction control. The one I really struggled with, guys, was ABS. I know a lot of guys already know this, but I really struggled with it, and I kept trying. And I was supposed to drop it like 2 seasons ago. I kept saying, right, this is the one, this is the one. And I just thought, I'm never gonna get this. I'm just never ever gonna get this. Never gonna get it. But I just stuck with it, man. I really did. And ABS on kind of spoils your, not spoils it, that's the wrong way. It the way you use ABS, right, in the game, this is gonna be a no-brainer, right? But the way you brake in the game with ABS can completely throw you in terms of using ABS off. It's really hard to explain this, even though it's a no-brainer. But whenever you have ABS off, you have to completely forget everything you know about the braking and relearn it again. And it's something I struggled with a hell of a lot. Bance would know this as well. I mean, sometimes I would turn it off, do well, and then I would just get worried and turn it back on again. And Bance would always shout at me, turn them off, turn them off. So now I have them off. You can see me there in the tier ones. I mean, they're always off. You can't select them even if you want. They're off. All assists are off in tier one, no matter what. And in the beginning, I think the first time I did it was the season 4 EGL tournament, which was just, it threw me in at the deep end up against some of the best guys. With no assist, well, no ABS, and I did pretty good. I didn't lock up that much because I really put myself under pressure to do well. And in that race, you could see me locking up a lot. But you see now, man, with the practice that I've put in with it, and again, effectively, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to everyone who's trying to get ABS off. Do not get disheartened. Put the practice in, and you will get it. Because if you watch me now in tier 1, and whenever I do the reserve races, I can go a whole race never locking up. And some of the guys who are like Speedy and all, they've almost never lock up. And once you can get to that stage where you pretty much never lock up, you know that you've pretty much nailed ABS off. And the other thing also, man, is you will go faster. You will go quicker with ABS off when you learn it. Because you can brake much better, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bance, if you got any input on that as well? No? Yes?
That's just bad.
So I'm not actually, I'm not expecting you guys, to reply to that. It's just kind of my kind of encouragement for people to get, don't get disheartened with them, with how difficult it is. Just keep grinding it. And if you don't feel confident on a multiplayer race, is what I did. I wasn't confident that I could go a full race in every scenario online with ABS off. I was worried that I was going to kill someone on the track. So the way I did it was, whenever I had a track coming up on a weekend, a league race, I would race that week with my my setup, but with ABS off on Grand Prix road. So it doesn't really matter if I take the guys out. Then I can learn where the grip is in terms of the tires, where that locks up. But then whenever the race comes, I have ABS on, and slowly I work my way up to learning it off. I don't want to ramble here, but effectively what I'm saying, Guy and Matthias, is don't get disheartened with how difficult it is. Stick with it, and you will master it, and you will actually go faster.
I hope so.
Oh, you will, man.
I'm trying, and then like I said, it's difficult, but just do it and practice and practice and practice.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's all you can do, man, is practice.
Yeah. It's I don't have a lot of time the last couple of months to practice because I have a lot of work from school and so it's I think the last 6 races is I had no practice at all, so it was just race, try to find a good setup with I think 5 minutes of practice. So it's difficult for me, but it's I enjoy it when I'm
I get it,
racing.
man. I get it, man. Because even for me, I don't get an awful lot of time. I don't get a lot of time because I work an awful lot. So I know what you're saying. It is difficult to get the time to put in to practice these things, but just don't give up.
Yeah, I think the end of December I have 2 weeks vacation, so I can practice 14 days long.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I will use it.
Don't put yourself under too much pressure. Just whenever you can, really, try to get yourself off it slowly, and then who knows, you could maybe see yourself and your brother up in tier 1. You definitely have the pace for it. So it's just if you can get rid of those assists, then man, you can join the big boys and test your skills up there.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's the
what
goal.
I want to do. Yeah, that's the goal, and okay, I know that I'm not ready yet. So next season, I hope that I can stay in tier 2, just for more practice, just to learn a lot of things, and then maybe the season after going to tier 1 with silver. I think we have a lot of fun racing together, on track. Yeah, I enjoy that. So
yeah, well, keep at it, man, and like I said, it'll come to you. And I just want to thank yourself and Silver for joining Bance and I in the interview. And,
you're welcome.
I'll let you guys get on with whatever you want to do now. So thanks, guys.
gonna sleep.
Yeah, same here, man. Same. Thanks, Matthias. Thanks, Silver.
See you guys.
See ya.
And we have Mr. Well, Vinny's joined in the Gentleman's Lounge. I don't know if he wants an interview. I don't know if he wants an interview. But we have Mr. Van Beats.
Hey.
In the chat, being patient as always. I seen Adam was also waiting, but he must have got tired waiting. So thank you, Mr. Van, for waiting. Do you want to tell us how your race went?
Yeah, that race definitely was shocking to me because that's my highest finish so far. It was 11th, right? Yeah. So I woke up 10 minutes prior to this race because I missed my alarm clock. So I was like, oh no.
That's some elite gaming right there.
That is epic gaming there.
So, I mean, the race went honestly like really well. Like, I think definitely it helped that a lot of people did end up, whatever happened around turn 1 happened. I don't know. I haven't rewatched your guys' commentary yet, but
it was Wimpy's controller died on him and he went straight and took everyone out.
Oh. So yeah, that definitely helped at the start because it gave me a few positions, but I wasn't expecting much from this race. I was expecting, okay, maybe I'll end up spinning myself out again, or I'll just finish near the last. But that race went completely the opposite. I went with no incidents really. I didn't really bump into anyone. I did get a few penalties because I was live streaming for once, and I actually had a chat going on, so I was speaking to them. Which was really good of me. Vinny, actually, I tried catching you up, man. It was really hard, but you're fucking amazing, dude. I mean, you're on a pad too.
I had wing damage the whole race. So.
Oh, did they not fix it in the pits?
No, I guess not.
The question we want to know, Vin, is did you spin?
I did not spin. I was murdered.
Did you get murdered at the start?
Be correct, sir.
Yeah, well, I wonder how that happened.
Okay.
By somebody being a little too enthusiastic.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, we saw everything.
We saw it. Don't worry. Yeah,
I can't catch a break, man.
Yeah, that was unlucky, man.
Yep.
There's a guy, George MS. He also he did a really good race with me. He was pretty much behind me the whole time. But in the last lap, I don't know if you guys caught this on the stream, but he pretty much was fighting me in the last sector. It was really like scary. We both were trying to be super safe because we didn't want to knock each other out.
Yeah. No, we didn't get that man on the stream. We were watching up ahead to see who got the jump on penalty, sadly. So sorry we missed that, man. But we did get a lot of the action, on the stream. If you watch it back, you'll see we did get a good bit of the action.
Yeah, definitely will.
I don't know about you, Bance, but I kind of would like an opportunity to race in Tier 2 with these guys because it seems a lot of fun.
Are you leaving me?
No, I know I've been here since the beginning, so. But I'm just saying it may be some kind of event where we could maybe get on it or something. I don't know. But yeah, unless you guys have anything more to add to for the interviews, we'll pretty much wrap it up there.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Vin? Anything you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
How's your life going, man?
Right now, sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My day has been ruined.
Was
it's raining outside? It's cold.
Oh man,
I don't mind a bit of rain. I'd rather have the rain and the cold.
That rain.
I'd rather have the rain. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd rather have the rain too, but I'd rather not get murdered either.
Oh, that's true. You can't have everything, right?
I know, right?
Oh, flip. Right, well, with that fantastic insight.
I just wanted to vent my.
Well, vent away, man.
No, that's all I had. Okay.
That is the extent of Vinny's venting.
We move on to next week now.
Move on, yes. That actually leads me up very nicely, Mr. Vin. Yes, so next week there's only 2 races left, and next week is Brazil, a fan favorite. I think most people like Brazil.
Come to Brazil.
Come to Brazil, yes. And so round 20 will be next week, Thursday. Join us again there for me and Bance for another epic session in Brasilia, Brazil. Hopefully Vinny can get a break and Van Beets can improve on P11, I think. And hopefully Webby gets his controller fixed. And doesn't murder anyone. On tomorrow there is nothing. I keep making that mistake. Normally there's Formula 2, but tomorrow there is nothing. So we are.
But it hasn't been for the past 3 weeks, actually.
Yes. But you know, Bance, give me a break. Anyway, but then Saturday is Tier 1, as always, the same old routine. Saturday, Tier 1, Terror and Thimo will be doing the
second best commentators on the channel.
Second best commentators. Yes. Excuse me. Oh God. I need to take a deep breath here. Right, okay, a bit more. Join us on Saturday for Tier 1. Yeah, I'm almost finished here. For Terror and Thimo for Tier 1, as I've already said, Tier 1 is not wrapped up yet. I know Tier 2 is. Onion Ward's the world champion, but Tier 1 I think is still up for grabs. Speedy is the current P1 sitter, but I think Bailey is really pushing hard for that P1. So there's a real fight these last 3 races for the championship. So tune in for that. And then on Sunday, at the same time as always, it'll be the turn off the 2SRL boys, where you can see me and Bance in our McLaren, the longest serving team in the league, or the longest partnership, I would say. Most successful as well. And what do you mean? We are in terms of a team. Bance, you can get all those pig noises if you want. We are the most successful team in 2SRL.
Is that right?
Because yes, we are the most successful original team. You name me a team who, right, first of all, you name me a team who won the Constructors, and then you tell me, is that team still together? Are they still original, still the same? No, they're not. But we were robbed of 3 world titles and finally clinched the 4th. So we should really be 4-time world champions.
All right, yeah, we are definitely 4 times, and I'll edit the Discord then. So
we are a force to be reckoned with. We might not get the flashy P1s like these boys, but we've shown you don't need to. Okay, but anyway, you'll see us racing on Sunday with Terror and Thimo and Bance and Speedy and all the boys. They'll be there. Join us for then. And then is there a set of Corsa this week? Yes. No.
There isn't. No, it's next week.
Next week is Assetto Corsa.
Every 2 weeks. Yes.
Oh, every 2 weeks. So yeah, so that's pretty much us for today's stream. It was a quiet one with a few mixes up. Do you know what? Let me take a break for a minute. It was a pretty quiet race with ups and downs thrown into the mix, with controllers disconnected and crashes and people losing grip and spins and DNFs and pit strategies messed up, but that didn't happen. But regardless, Luigi takes it to P1 from pole to the race win and sets us up nicely for that battle for P2 in the constructor, or the standings for Silver. Silver and Matthias were going to be fighting each other till the end, the final 2 races, to see who can secure that P2. And of course, like I said, the battle for Tier 1 the battle for Tier 1 is still on between Speedy and Bailey Thompson, the EGL champion. So plenty to look forward to in the coming weeks. But with that being said, and Bance is not ready.
Rated Extreme!
Oh, God. No, Bance, jeepers. I set that up nicely.
I was eating my salad. I'm sorry.
Well, you should have said.
Yeah, might as well, to be honest.
So anyway, with that being said,
wait, no, we can't do that again. You just need to awkwardly stop